Oh my God. This woman was just getting the hang of motherhood when her boyfriend decided to snap, shoot her in the face, and paralyze her, and then he murdered himself.
Yeah.
Well, he did a murder-suicide. Well, but she's not dead.
Attempted murder-suicide, yeah.
Disgusting.
It is really bad.
Yeah, it's Mary.
And Amma.
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below, you all, because this is just sad.
It really is. It took place in Atlanta. I want to say about almost 2 months ago, in August anyway. It took place, and she had actually broken up with him. So this was her ex-boyfriend, and this was after she had broken up with him. And that was it. Now the mother said that there was a time when he had pushed her in the presence of the parents, and the father had to intervene. At that time, they were together.
I promise you, he had been doing it behind closed doors. But it's like, you don't just push somebody in front of their parents if you're not doing it behind closed doors.
And I guess because of that, I'm sure probably not too long after that, they broke up. Because a lot of times for abused women, we finally get the gumption to do something about it and to move on.
Right.
Because we've been abused for so long. Especially if we are being physically abused.
Yeah.
Like, abuse doesn't just start with physical. That's it.
No, not at all.
The abuser usually grooms you to the point that he has been abusing you emotionally, mentally, verbally, until finally, when you've accepted all of that, then it becomes physical. So she was really broken down.
Yeah.
And usually an abused woman will not leave that situation except when it becomes public.
Yeah.
When it becomes public, it's like Melody.
Yeah, I mean, she had been with Martell all that time.
He's been so verbally abused, so vicious, violent verbally to her, that but it wasn't until it became public. You see, when it becomes public, then you're like, okay. So now he pushed you in front of daddy, and daddy had to intervene, it's over. But then she tells her parents that he wants her to come over to his apartment so that they can make everything amicable.
Well, they have a child together.
Yeah, they just had the baby. The baby's still very tiny. That baby don't look more than 3 months. Okay. Beautiful girl, beautiful baby. And she decides, I'm gonna go ahead.
I know.
And go over. And I think we've said so in our channel, but I think we put on the Patreon.
The most dangerous time.
The most dangerous time. You guys go and watch that video. To leave. The most dangerous time to even be around somebody is when you first break up with them. When you first break up with them. And her father told her, don't go. He needs to come to you. Don't go put yourself in a situation where you're on his turf.
Yeah. Because you don't know what he has planned.
You don't know what this man has planned. You just broke up with him. This guy went from physically beating you to want things to be amicable.
Yeah, no, it didn't work like that.
And come to my house. So, I mean, I cannot stress enough to women, especially young women. Do not do it. Whether this is a fiance, and they will always use the line, baby, last time your father intervened, I mean, it gotta be you and me. That's what really got me upset even more.
Well, you still beat me even when it's just us, so what does that matter? He
was all up in our business. It just got to be you and me. Moving forward, I just want us to be amicable, Let's just kind of work things out amongst ourselves. And don't involve nobody. Don't fall for it. It's all BS.
Facts.
It is all BS. When I left my ex, there's a time, I left this man 4 times before finally I divorced him. Okay. But there's a time I left him. Anytime I left him, I left him. You can't find me. You can't call me.
New number.
Most probably, I'm not in this state or in that county, like you have to take your precaution because I know you don't want to think
The worst.
the worst that this person is capable of murder.
But you have to.
But I'm telling you, I thought that this person is capable of murder, and maybe because it's like I knew a friend of my father's who had been killed,
Right.
like a sword was put at the base of his neck and brought back out on his bum, and his body was thrown in the gutter. And this was a friend who did that. So I found out this out when I was very young. Like, I think I was less than 8 years old. And it so traumatized me when my parents were talking about it. It so traumatized me. So I always kind of have in my back that friends can do the worst. So if we are on the outs, no matter who it is, I'm not going around you.
Yeah.
I'm not, and usually I never give chances for you to come back.
Yeah.
For some reason, when I got married, I
Oh, I
felt
went out
like,
the window.
well, my mom put up with a lot of stuff, and the married women that I saw and admired, they put up with a lot of stuff. So in my mind, I just felt like when you finally get married,
You give chances. You
you
forgive.
should be giving chances. You can't be a hothead like how I was back in the day and not giving chances. For some weird reason, I made, just leave it, yeah, thank you so much. I'll just have it later. Thank you so much. All of a sudden, I started thinking, well, this is what marriage is. Marriage is putting up with stuff, being long-suffering. I probably believed in that sacred loneliness. I don't lie. I probably believed in sacred loneliness that Cody was selling in Sister Wives, but this is the worst time. It's the worst. I've just seen people go through so much, especially as a nurse. See people go through so much violence, especially around that time. That time is very volatile. When you break up with someone, that time is very volatile. They're thinking the worst. They're thinking revenge.
Like, how dare you leave me?
They're thinking revenge.
Oh, you want to leave me?
I know we don't want to think the worst of people.
But you have
let
to.
me tell you, every one of us is capable of murder. Let me just be honest, including myself. Everyone is capable of it. Everybody is capable of it. That's why we gotta pray that we never get to that.
That's why we gotta pray.
You know what I'm saying? Because like that, that's why you gotta control emotions.
Yeah.
This man obviously never did that because he was pushing you in front of your father.
He was doing worse behind closed doors. She just wasn't saying.
You know what I'm saying? And so she went, and when she went, he shot her in the face.
Can you
twice.
imagine?
And I guess she turned around to run, and then shot her in the back, right? So she's paralyzed for life. But she fell down on top of, she had her baby, I guess. But and then after he did that, he turns around and shoots himself, I guess, in the head. And he dies. And I guess he expected her to die because he shot her twice in the face. But God so good, it was not her time. And she survived, but she's
but
paralyzed.
what type of life is that? I mean, I guess she used to be with her son.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And I am happy.
We tell God thank you for small miracles.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
I get to live. You died. You thought that you could get me, and you did not. Like,
well, he went
you're
straight to
dead.
hell, that's
You thought,
for sure.
and then on top of that,
you
got
get hell
life
here.
eternal in hell. How about that? But yeah, no, you did not succeed in me passing away and not being there for my son.
Yeah,
you did not
that's true.
succeed in doing that. So shoot, I'll be right here with a feeding tube and be happy each day. You put it on me twice, you could not do it. But you did it on yourself one time, yes, it was quite effective. Thank you, there is a God. Like, but I feel so bad for her, but I'm so happy the baby's fine.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
The baby's fine. She had to army crawl. The army crawl, like, I guess the baby underneath her.
How?
to her to outside.
So she took the baby to go see him.
Yes.
Like, what savage does that in front of a child?
Yeah. So
I'm
that's
shocked
what
he
did.
didn't go for the baby too, because he probably would have been like, well, we all died. Thank God he didn't touch the child.
Yeah.
There are some men who will take out the mother and the child.
And the child, yeah. Or just take out the child knowing that the mother will grieve forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like that wicked person with
he
Faith Evans.
didn't want her to ever have someone else or whatever. So he's like, I'm gonna take you out. We're both gonna go today. So, but it's a very volatile time, you all. It's a very volatile time. You need to totally avoid
that person.
You just have to.
Even if you have a child, avoid him. If anything, go with somebody to a public place.
No, he can meet somebody else and give a message.
Or meet him outside a police station.
No.
He wants to see you, meet him outside a police station.
Time. You can do that, but if he's intent on killing you, he's going to shoot you and shoot himself.
Yeah. I guess just avoid the person.
Just
avoid the person.
Someone. I don't care who they are. If your husband, you got children with him, it's a volatile time. You just broke up. It is very volatile. So you got to have people involved. You can have people involved. That's fine. You just have to. You got to do that because it's very volatile. But I feel so sorry for her and her family. And my prayer is that actually, the doctors don't know everything, right?
Miracles happen.
Exactly.
I'm sure she'll be able to walk again.
That happened in your life. And, even, with her face, you can still see that she's still beautiful. Like, it seems as though she has a feeding tube and her jaw, as you guys can
it's
see
probably
in the picture,
swollen.
Probably there was maybe a dislocation of the jaw and she cannot actually eat and swallow food. But she has a NG tube, a nasal gastric tube. But, my prayer is that, you're going to be okay. You get to, enjoy life with your baby and your family.
Because look, man, they say science can only go so far and then there's God. And I believe that 110%. Because God's the one who created our bodies, not scientists. Yeah. So he always has the final say.
He really does. He really, really, really does.
So keep the faith, keep the optimism.
Definitely, Janelle, we are going to keep you in our prayers.
Yeah. Take it easy. So sorry about girl. So sorry, man. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Some dimwit.
But please, you girls, be safe. Be safe out there.
And be careful who you choose to procreate with. You gotta watch out for that man.
Guard your womb. You gotta stand in front of your womb and guard it. And to who comes in and you allow their seed to thrive in you. You got to
listen to your gut. Ooh. Listen to the red flags. And don't give second chances. That man do something wrong once, he seriously violates your boundaries, cut him off. Don't even blink. Yeah. Because you just might
be worse.
It'll be time. Yeah. But y'all. Bye.
Bye.